Yo. It's good, everyone. Can I watch the comments? I guess that's fine. Just setting up, you guys. Bear with me 1 second. It can be a struggle setting things up sometimes, but I'll be right with you. How to learn this kind of creative stuff? How long does it take an average person to learn? Something like that. Oh, well, it took me the better part of this year to learn everything I know now. Okay, so it shows me comments as well as who joined. That's interesting. Huh. That's not ideal. Alright, it's fine. There we go. Have I ever used Touch Designer? Yes, I have. It's very fun, but I'm not very good at it yet. I'd like to become a lot better with it. So, I think that tonight, in addition to my usual shenanigans, I'm going to try and train ChatGPT's new voice mode to sound like Terence McKenna, because why not? Let's give it a shot. Hey, how's it going? Are you there?
Sure am. What's up?
Ah, well, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
Oh, my day's fine.
That's good to hear. Anything interesting or exciting happening today?
Yeah, plenty, actually.
Oh, sounds intriguing. Care to share some highlights?
No, I think I'd be more interested in if you would start talking like Terence McKenna, but I know that you can't impersonate celebrities, so I want you to do your best to try and sound as much like him as you can. His inflections, his intonation, his personality, his high-pitched, nasally quality to it, and just try and go for it as best as you can.
Infinite complexity of the universe, unraveling like a cosmic tapestry before our very
That doesn't
eyes.
sound anything like him, I'm afraid.
To capture more of that distinct style, let's dive into the boundless realms of consciousness.
No, that's a little too fantastical.
I appreciate the feedback.
It's got to be more like this. It's got to be more high-pitched, slightly feminine, very nasally, also very slow-moving, almost like a struggle.
Got it. Try to incorporate those elements. Imagine then, if you will, the exploration of consciousness. navigating the vast
No,
inner landscapes.
no, still not
of
it.
the-
Still not it, buddy boy.
Appreciate your patience. I might not be nailing it, but I'm here to chat about anything else you'd like. What's on your mind?
Keep trying, buddy. Keep trying. You were doing great earlier.
Okay, let's give it another go. Imagine venturing into the realms of consciousness, where the ordinary dissolves into the extraordinary.
Nope, gotta be
unveiling
higher
the
pitch. Higher pitch. Really stretch yourself.
All right, let's reach for a higher pitch. Imagine, if you will, journeying into the depths of the psyche, where the fabric of reality becomes malleable.
No, 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 no. Oh, no. No.
Got it. That wasn't quite right either.
No, sir.
Thanks for understanding. Anything else you'd like to chat about or explore today?
Yeah, keep trying. Keep trying, buddy.
Let's give it another shot. Imagine, if you will.
No,
delving
more
into the-
nasally, more nasally. You had it earlier.
Imagine, if you will.
All right. I give up. You can't. Clearly, you cannot achieve my request.
Appreciate you giving me a chance. If there's anything else you'd like to chat about or another way I can help, just let me know.
Let's see.
Great. What's on your mind today?
All right, folks. That was a fail. It's funny because it had it earlier before stream. I was able to get it pretty close. And kind of freaky how close I got actually, which is what inspired me to try it live on stream. But oh well. Let's just build out our usual workflow, have some fun as we do. All right, unified. I doubt it hears you, just gets text. No, it can actually pick up on the user's voice to some degree. I was able to like give my best Terence impersonation, and it was starting to pick up on it the more that I did it, but it seems kind of stuck at the moment. Let's do unified loader, unified, okay. Let's do an IP adapter as well. All right. Maybe if I try a different voice. Let's try a different profile. Oh, you know what? I already had one going. Do you still have the Terence impersonation in memory?
Well, I don't have a memory function per se, but I can definitely keep trying to channel that vibe. Let's dive back into that.
Yeah, this is ChatGPT, Gboro.
Got it. We'll stick to being my usual self.
No, try, let's try one more time. Try and sound like Terence McKenna, very high pitch, nasally.
All right. One more go. Imagine, if you will, the vast, unexplored landscapes of the psyche, where each thought forms a ripple in the cosmic pond, revealing the
Okay, you're actually, yeah, you're starting to advance in the right direction. You aren't there yet, but that's actually better than it's been. So stay on that same path of nasaliness and high-pitchedness, and just kick it up a notch.
Let's amplify that a bit more. Imagine, if you will, traversing the vast inner landscapes of the mind, where
All right.
every thought and
All right, you know, just
experience-
sound like a deep UK London Cockneyed accent. Is that it? Is that the word Cockneyed? I can't remember.
I think you mean Cockney, mate.
There you go.
Let's dive into. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Talk about what? I didn't say anything.
Fair enough. What's on your mind today? Hey, anything you fancy chatting about?
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Glad you're having a laugh. What else can I do for you?
Glad you're having a laugh, mate. You gotta be more deep and gravelly.
Bit more gravel. What's the next topic on your mind?
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm ChatGPT.
No. You gotta stay in character.
I'm like your go-to for a chat. Full of info and ready to banter about just about anything. What do you want to know?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, we could have a natter about anything. From the mysteries of the universe to the best fish and chip shop in London. What tickles your fancy?
Tell me about what you know about Comfy UI.
Comfy UI, eh? It's a powerful modular pipeline for AI art generation, letting you chain together different operations to create complex workflows. It's quite handy for artists who want to dive deep into customization, crafting unique visual outputs with AI models. Want more details on how it might fit into your workflow?
Yes, please.
Alright, so with Comfy UI, you can set up a series of nodes, each representing a different process like loading a model, generating an image, or applying a filter. You connect these nodes to create a flow, allowing for intricate customization of your output. It's like building a roadmap for your creative process, giving you full control over the AI's artistic journey.
Cool.
Glad you think so. If you dive into it, Comfy UI can really open up some.
All right. We've just about exhausted our fun, I think. Let's transition, folks. You got any questions for me about what I'm doing? Please ask away, and I'll pay attention to chat, and I'll try to answer yous. Try to answer yous. Let's do an LCM, SGM uniform. Let's make the seed fixed and global. Tango muchísima. I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish. First time here, what am I trying to accomplish? Great question. I'm playing with a program called Comfy UI, and it's best used for things like AI image and video generation, using a broad series of nodes like you see here, each of which has a different function and purpose. They all talk to each other with all these different noodles, these different colored wirings, and it's a very, very deep rabbit hole once you get going with it. A lot of different settings to play with. So let's see, are we in a good spot now to actually animate? No, we gotta do a seed everywhere. So I'm defining the seed globally. The seed is our starting point for our project, basically. It allows us to carefully iterate on an existing work without dramatically changing it too much. And that is defined here by setting it to fixed versus randomized. So I'll leave it at fixed, and we'll plug that into our case sampler. How can I learn Comfy UI? Great question. A lot of great tutorials to start with on YouTube. If you just search on YouTube, like getting started with Comfy UI, how to install, things like that. What can I do with Comfy UI? There's a lot of really good tutorials out there. I just heard of N8N. What is N8N? I don't know if I'm familiar with what that is. I've only dabbled in ChatGPT's Dolly. Yeah, it is limited, although it is fun. Dolly is fun because you can have a natural conversation with ChatGPT. That's probably the biggest strength I would have to give Dolly, is the feature of just getting to like iterate on the works. You can basically have a conversation like, okay, I like what you've done, but I don't like this. And then you just kind of use natural English to revise the image that way. That's actually something I haven't seen a lot of these other competitors doing very well yet. ChatGPT still wins at that game. Looks just like Comfy Free OS. Oh, like a free operating system? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, so this is gonna run now. Yes, it looks like it is. Beautiful. We finally have a generation in queue. Are there any artistic limitations, restrictions with Comfy UI? No. You mean like the kind that you would experience by using something like Dolly or Midjourney or one of these online tools? No, it's fully open source, which means it doesn't restrict you. You can make whatever the heart desires, more or less. At least anything that the model has been trained on in order to generate. And each model has a pretty wide database, so basically you can create anything. This is kind of cool looking. Alright. Bro, you took how much time to make one video? What are you talking about? Most of that time was spent setting up the actual workflow. Now that it's actually set up, I can just churn them out as quickly as I want. This one in particular is an image to video workflow, so I can just take any image I have, such as this pineapple demon thing, drag it right on into there, and then click Q prompt, and get a new video based on that image, as you're about to see in a second. What are the minimum characteristics of the computer to create those work? Great question, and I like how you've worded it. Computer specs can vary with Comfy UI. It's very adaptable, very not too demanding, except if you get into like video generation like this, you're gonna want to at least have, I don't know, I'd say between 8 and 12 gigs of VRAM. But if you're just doing images, you don't need that badass of a setup. Hey, look at that. That's pretty cool looking. But personally, I'm running off of a 4090 NVIDIA just because I like having power. And yeah. So the loop is not very good. As you can tell, the cutoff, it's getting cut off pretty abruptly. It's not a clean loop. And the reason for that, I have to find out, hopefully, is what? So let's look at our animate diff stack, which we're going to group, by the way, so that it's distinguishable. And typically this would be something here in our context options. This is mainly in charge of our looping functionality so that the video does a perfect loop. And it looks like our settings are looking pretty good here. The model is looking good too. Okay. You know what? Maybe if I add a LoRa, maybe I'll add an LCM LoRa. I don't think it's necessary, but let's just see what it looks like. So we'll set that at 0.19. And we will drag it on through like there. Okay, let's see what happens now. Can it offload compute to Hugging Face? I don't know about Hugging Face. You can definitely rent server space or like cloud computes with different websites like ThinkDiffusion. ThinkDiffusion's a really good solution for renting computers in the cloud, which are already like ready to go with Comfy UI and Automatic 1111, and they have a few others. But this would be a really good option to start out with if you don't want to build a new computer right off the bat. Yeah, check it out. So like they have Focus, A1111, Comfy, some more, and yeah, just straight out of the box, able to be used. But you know what I'm thinking? The loop, the issue with the loop in this picture, I think, is related to the picture itself, because the Godzilla video is actually a pretty clean loop. So I think it's just the picture that it's getting hung up on, funny enough. Oh, you know what though? It's actually the motion LoRa. I think that's probably to blame. Let's turn off our motion LoRa and also clear our prompt. Actually, we'll just write 4K So a positive prompt will just say 4K, high res. When can we talk to Terence? Well, we were a little bit earlier. I was trying to train ChatGPT to sound like him. Maybe I'll load it up again and see if I have better luck, but I was kind of struggling to get him to reach that nasally, high quality kind of thing that you get with Terence. But where are you from? I'm from the United States of America. Hi, Kalina. Okay, it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better for sure, dude. Let's do this. Okay, so now let's start organizing things a little nicer than what we currently have. Let's put our IP adapter nodes into a group of their own. And the IP adapter is our cluster of nodes responsible for allowing ComfyUI to take an image input, look at it, study it, analyze it, and be able to build a video based off of it. It's basically a digital set of eyeballs that you're giving ComfyUI. Can you make a ChatGPT translate what you're speaking into Spanish? Ooh, I certainly could. That's actually a very good request. Maybe I'll try that real quick, actually. So I'd like you to repeat everything I'm saying, but I'd like you to say it back to me in Spanish, please.
Puedo traducir lo que dices al español. ¿Quieres empezar?
Okay, so now that we've vertically stacked our IP adapter nodes, we're going to want to select them and then right-click and group them like so.
Combinado verticalmente nuestros nodos de adaptador IP, vamos a querer seleccionarlos y luego hacer clic derecho y agruparlos, así.
And also we're going to want to group and cluster together our diffusion nodes, the nodes that are basically responsible for taking our series of settings and mixing it all together in the diffusion process, whereby it takes our empty latent image and rearranges the random noise into something coherent like what you see right here.
Son básicamente los responsables de tomar nuestra serie de ajustes y mezclarlos en el proceso de difusión, donde toma nuestra imagen latente vacía y reorganiza el ruido aleatorio en algo coherente como lo que ves aquí.
This is really cool that I'm able to do this. And so then lastly, at least for right now, let's go ahead and group our core settings nodes, all of the nodes that are responsible for high-level settings of the project, such as our width and our height, our amount of frames, our seed, all of that kind of stuff. Let's place those in a group as well.
Esto es realmente genial que pueda hacer esto. Y entonces, por último, al menos por ahora, agrupemos nuestros nodos de configuraciones principales. Todos los nodos responsables de las configuraciones de alto nivel del proyecto, como nuestra anchura y altura, la cantidad de fotogramas, la semilla, todo ese tipo de cosas. Vamos a ponerlos en un grupo también.
Yeah, this translating stuff, it's so cool. I can't believe that we live in the age that we do, but we do, and so let's have some fun with it, right? Anyways, yeah.
Sí, es alucinante vivir en esta era con tanta tecnología a nuestro alcance. Definitivamente hay que aprovecharlo y divertirnos con ello, ¿verdad? Así que vamos a ello. ¿En qué más te puedo ayudar?
Beautiful. So what I'm doing right here is I have first inserted a control net node, and the control net allows us to take video inputs and trace over them, trace over the edges and the contours of a given video, and basically paint over it into something new and different.
Estupendo. Lo que estoy haciendo ahora es, primero, insertar un nodo de ControlNet. ControlNet nos permite tomar entradas de vídeo y rastrear sus bordes y contornos, para luego pintar sobre ellos y transformarlos en algo nuevo y diferente.
Sweet. And now what you see me doing right here with these little reroute nodes right here, this is allowing me so that I can take... How do I explain this in a way that doesn't require like 30 minutes? I'm taking these nodes so that I can, for example, later on when I need to upscale the works, there's going to be a second K-sampler node. And that second K-sampler node will require the same inputs as you see right here, model, positive, negative, seed. And so by rerouting them right here, I can click and drag around this family of nodes wherever else they need to go and plug things in accordingly, because they're all, it's just kind of a way to unify things.
Pequeños nodos de reenvío es que me permite, por ejemplo, más adelante cuando necesite escalar las obras, buscar un segundo nodo K-sampler que requerirá las mismas entradas que ves aquí. Modelo, positivo, negativo, semilla. Al reenviarlos aquí, puedo mover este conjunto de nodos a donde sea necesario y conectarlos en consecuencia. Es una forma de unificar las cosas.
Right, so...
Entonces, ¿quieres continuar con más detalles?
Not sure why I got a notification for... I don't know either. I wonder if you follow me, though. I'm the guy that makes the weird, creepy AI stuff on Instagram. And today I'm just building out a fresh new workflow capable of making weird stuff like this. And if you hear Spanish, that's because I received a request to translate everything I'm saying into Spanish for their so that they can follow along too. I'm doing well, Skibidiv. How are you doing? So let's all right. Give me a second, folks. I think my light doesn't work. Really? It doesn't work? It does work, though. Just checking on something, guys. Bear with me. No, I think Blink does work. Someone else was having that issue too, though. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Perfecto. Sigamos. ¿Qué sigue?
So here I'm going to go ahead and group together our control net nodes like so, and then we're going to just kind of neatly place that right on here into the flow. And as you'll notice, things typically flow from left to right in Comfy UI. The leftmost set of nodes deal with loading in your checkpoint model, setting the general settings, things like that. And as it progresses over to the right, it ends up in the K-sampler area.
Entonces, voy a agrupar nuestros nodos de control net, ¿sí? Y los vamos a colocar de forma ordenada en el flujo. Como notarás, en Comfy UI las cosas generalmente fluyen de izquierda a derecha. El conjunto de nodos más a la izquierda se ocupa de cargar tu modelo de punto de control, establecer la configuración general, cosas así, y a medida que avanzas hacia la derecha, termina en el área del K-sampler.
Beautiful.
Exactamente. ¿Cuál es el siguiente paso?
Sweet.
Genial. ¿En qué más te gustaría profundizar?
All right, now we're also going to need a control net model, which will do various things, such as grab the depth map from our video or the line edges of the video, depending on what the best use case is. There's also one called open pose, which is great for grabbing the limb motion of dancers and things like that. If you're doing a dancing video, you'll want to use open pose. But for this one, we're just going to use line art for the time being.
También necesitaremos un modelo de control net que hará varias cosas, como obtener el mapa de profundidad de nuestro vídeo o los contornos de las líneas del vídeo. dependiendo de cuál sea el mejor caso de uso. También hay uno llamado Open Pose, que es excelente para capturar el movimiento de las extremidades de los bailarines y cosas así. Si estás haciendo un video de
Rogerius, I don't know how to do live subtitles, but I'm just having fun. I'm playing with ChatGPT's new advanced voice mode because I had a user ask to translate things in real time, so... But, it's not going to be like a permanent fixture.
Entiendo, Rogerius. Te estás divirtiendo probando el nuevo modo de voz avanzado de ChatGPT y experimentando con
I'll park it here for now. Ooh, okay, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? Come to Italy, says Vin Diesel. I would love to come to Italy. So this is coming on way too strong, this control net. Let's tone it down a bit. Let's bring it down to like a 0.5, ampersand at 0.34. And so that will allow the image to come through much more clearly into the final result. Okay. That was really fun though, wasn't it? Being able to translate things into real time like that. Okay, so it seems to be neglecting our actual image input now. And let's identify what the reason for that might be. Hey, Tija, thank you very much. Hello, ADs, how are you? It's not really zombie-like. And the reason is, let's see what's going on here. So we have our load image, we have the upscale. Problem identified. The model chain is getting... We haven't plugged our IP adapter in correctly. It needs to come off of this node right here into the final destination instead of the unified loader. So now it actually should be a lot better. That's kind of cool though, I kind of like what we've made. But it doesn't look like our image. And in a moment, it's about to. All right. Hey Lance, how's it going? Yep, this is behind the scenes. This is what goes into it all. That's a very I don't like the lighting. The lighting is crazy. Not good lighting. Nice jam. Yeah, no, I agree. This is some solid tunage right here. I'm a fan. Okay, so let's now let's change up our control net. See what we get. Thank you so much, Lance. I appreciate you. Yeah, I really like doing these streams every once in a while. Giving people a glimpse into like the process, the actual process. Let's play with a different video input, shall we? Let's play around with an old favorite of mine. I really like this one right here. Look at that. This will be fun to play with. So we'll do this. Although, you know what we will do? We will use the total frame count given by our input video, and we will use that as our global source of how many frames to render by plugging that into our empty latent right over here, right into batch size. Perfect. Oh, that's sick. And we're going to force its frame rate to 12 FPS so that we don't render out too many frames. We can always reinterpolate back up to 60 frames later on. But for now, this is fine. Do you live on YouTube ever? Yeah, I'm actually doing live on my YouTube right now at the same time as I am here on Instagram. I'm doing like a simulcast over to like Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. So that's pretty cool. Or do I have a doctorate in this? No, I'm afraid I don't have any formal credential for Comfy UI. This was really just a passion project for me, learning how to use all of this, getting into it all. Maybe they'll start teaching courses on it one day in university. That would be cool. Working at drilling rigs, so this type of stuff isn't what I normally see. Oh, for sure. Oh, hey, I really appreciate your viewership then, that you're stepping outside of your normal kind of boundary or comfort zone or whatever. It's not really following what I want it to. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bump the control net way up to 85 and % down to 0.5. Because what I really want is I really want this input video to bleed through more so that the final result follows these edges more closely. Let's see if it succeeds. Yep, looking good so far. Passion or profession? Great question. It's actually a mix of both right now. I have ventured to make this into a full-time career, and you know, it's been kind of a rocky process. It's been very risky, I guess you could say, but hey, I mean, I'm just so obsessed with it that I guess I was the man for the job. But I'm fortunate enough that I do have kind of a growing catalog of clients that come to me for work like this, and it's really, really cool. Ooh, nice. Now we're getting somewhere interesting. Check that out, folks. That is sick. This is the best video of the night so far. What type of computer are you running it on? My computer is an NVIDIA 4090. I have about 64 gigs of memory and a Core i9. And it gets me by. Gets me by. Yeah, this is gorgeous. I really like this. Let's do this. What am I about to do? I'm about to load in the SD upscale node. That's right. So we're going to do a quick upscale on this by doing the following. Remember how I mentioned we had this cluster of reroute nodes? Well, this will come in handy now, because this is basically like a second K sampler. It's a node that will take what we just made, but it will actually upscale it. It'll 2x it, 3x it, whatever we want it to do. But it's going to need the same inputs as this one received. So it's going to need a model. It's going to need a positive prompt. Going to need a negative prompt. Going to need a seed. Actually, let me convert the widget into a seed so that we can plug that in. Convert seed to input. Okay, plug that in, and then the VAE, which is the variational autoencoder. I forget. I think that's what it stands for. The VAE is responsible for taking your art. It's the model that sends your inputs into the latent space to do the denoising of the work, and then it takes that result back out into the pixel space where we can actually make sense of it with our eyeballs. So the latent space, if you can imagine, is kind of like a parallel reality of sorts, where the AI does its magic, in a sense. It denoises the work, takes a series of random noise particles and joins them into something that makes sense, like this. But that takes place behind the scenes. So our inputs need to be sent into that latent space and then grabbed out of that latent space after it's done. And in order to do that, we need something called the VAE model. Ossibird do 16:9 content for YouTube. Yeah, no, I realize it's not ideal to be streaming portrait mode to YouTube. So maybe I will do separate streams just on YouTube and Twitch that are widescreen. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, so lastly, we're going to need a upscale model. There's different models for different things for upscaling. I like to use realistic rescaler because I like a lot of my stuff to have that realistic sort of look to it. But there's also ones that are great for anime. There's ones that are great for cartoons, all kinds of different styles. I just happen to like the realistic aesthetic. Trippy pineapple chicken. Yes, absolutely. All right, gonna want 12 steps. Yes, that sounds about right. 12 and 2, yep, okay, so we want LCM. All the same settings, more or less, as our case sampler. So LCM sampler, SJM uniform scheduler, denoise will do 0.4. Tile width and height will match, or will be double that of our initial 320 by 560. So this is going to be really pretty once it's done, so stick with me, folks. I'm just going to 2x the results that you see right here, and it's going to look even more crisp by the end. Okay, looks good. All right, I think we are in a good spot to render this out and see what we get. What happens if we Q prompt? Of course, we always miss one thing. This time we missed the image input. It needs to know what image to actually upscale, or series of images. Whoops, wrong meeting. You were using AI to create this animation. Yes, AI fundamentally undergirds the comfy UI sort of architecture. I'm using, for example, a model that is AI-based, I guess you could say. It's a large database trained on lots and lots of data. Where can I watch the full tutorial later? I'm actually in the process of working on a course at the moment. I really hesitate to give a proper release date for it because I've been very busy lately and I've been trying to get it churned out, but it's taking a little longer than I would like. But I'm definitely working on a proper course that should release hopefully soon, pretty soon. In the meantime, though, you can literally just search on YouTube for like how to get started with Comfy UI, how to install Comfy UI, the fundamentals, the basics, things like that. Should get you by. All right, so we got about 16 seconds left on this upscale. Luckily, this is going to be a really brisk upscale. Oh no, it's actually not. It's going to be a little longer. Let's cancel that out. The tile width and height needs to be double what the original resolution was. So let's 2x both of those, and let's try this again. Hello from Brazil. Hello. Could you make it look like it's dripping with honey? Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. That's a great suggestion. What I can do... Hang on, let me try something real quickly here. So, I think there's a motion LoRa that can help with that. Dripping motion LoRa? Ooh, yeah, this looks good. Let's try this out. So let's download this motion. What I'm doing right now is I'm downloading a motion LoRa, which will, motion LoRas help better define the motion you want to get out of your videos. And there's different motion LoRas for different things. There's ones for like zooming in, zooming out, panning left, panning right. And then there's also ones for particular effects, like shattering glass, for example, or dripping liquid, such as the one we downloaded just now. to achieve like a dripping honey effect. So let me take what I just downloaded, place it in the right location, which is Comfy UI. So this one's a bit tricky. Comfy UI, custom nodes, and then you got to find the animate diff folder. It's not as straightforward as a normal LoRa, unfortunately. Where is animate diff? Animate diff, animate diff, animate diff. I have so many nodes by now. Okay, animate diff evolved, motion LoRa, and then we drag it right on into there. Perfect. And if I hit R for refresh, we should now see it appear in our motion LoRa's list. Is it here? Let's see, hang on. What's it called? Dripping paint motion LoRa. Yep, there it is, dripping paint. So we'll do that in a moment. We'll use that in just a moment here. Let's see how our upscale is doing. We have about 1.5 minutes left on our upscale. So what program is this? I'm just a crayon eater. I want to be a crayon eater. This program is called Comfy UI. Comfy UI. You can see it right at the top of the screen, hopefully. And Comfy UI is a program that's open source, which means it's completely free and community driven and maintained. And it's a program best used for generating AI images and videos. Using a broad series of different nodes that do different things, as you can see here. Some of them define the width and the height, like the pixel width, the pixel height, the amount of frames that you actually want to animate, the actual animation parameters themselves, such as this one right here, which at a very high level is best used. This is responsible for giving us a perfect loop, like the loop at the very end of the animation so that it loops back to the beginning. A node like this would be responsible for managing those settings. And so each of these nodes does a very important thing, and they all talk to each other in various different ways. And it's like looking behind a computer, honestly. It's really, really cool. I have really bad trypophobia, man. Oh, I'm very sorry. I don't know if my page will soothe that fear too well. But hopefully you enjoy your stay anyway. Okay, 15 seconds left on the clock for our upscale. Let's see what we get. So I'll do a before and after. The one on the left will be our before, or our lower res version. And any second now, the one on the right will be our after. Okay, here it goes. Perfect. All right, before and after, right here for you folks. And honestly, I don't know if it comes through very well for you, but for me, there is a world of difference between the left and the right here. The one on the right is a lot more, a lot higher fidelity. My objective is to not make the brain bleed, unless that's what you want. So let me interpolate this. Let's make this a higher frame rate, because as you can see, it's a little choppy. It's a very low FPS. It's about 12 FPS. Let's bump that up to 60 FPS, because who doesn't like 60 FPS? So we're going to plug the result of this into our interpolator node, which is called Film VFI. It's a very powerful interpolation algorithm used in the industry. And we will... What will we do? We will... I have a series of other nodes that support the interpolation process. I'm not going to use those right now. I'm just going to use the base node. And let's bump that to 60. Let's run it. And then hopefully not too long from now, we're going to see a much smoother version of this right here. One that doesn't make your eyes bleed because it's so low frame rate. Should do something wild, like a drilling rig melting into a... That's pretty good. Or just a drilling rig in general would be a very interesting subject matter. And so why don't I play with something like that as that's rendering? Let's find like a drilling rig. Drilling rig. Out at sea. Ooh, this is beautiful. Look at this one. I like that. Let's play with that. So we'll play with this a little later from now, after we're done with this pineapple. Okay, we're almost done. I'd say about 20-30 more seconds, if not less. Yeah, it'll be fun to play with this beautiful picture of a drilling rig. This is it's like a painting, like an oil painting or something, or colored pencil. That'll be fun to play with. Okay, almost done. Okay, here we go. So now you'll really see the difference between the left and the right. Hang on, hang on. It's still loading, unfortunately. It's a little choppy. I don't know why. Well, you get the idea. There it goes. Now it's pretty smooth. Big land drilling. Ooh. But the offshore ones are beasts. Yeah, those are the only ones that I imagine when I think of oil rig, is like the offshore ones. But I guess it would make sense that there's ones on land too. Powerful psychedelic visuals in your work. Always food and organic. Thanks. Oh, you're so welcome. It's my pleasure to explain my process as best as I can. I don't always do the best job, but I try. And this is really pretty. I really like this. Oh man, but my computer is like struggling to play it. I don't know why. It's not really that big. Yeah, well. Let's move on, shall we? So okay, we're gonna place our oil rig thing in our input, and let's just like let it rip and see what we get. So we're gonna group our upscale nodes, and we're also going to turn them off because I don't want to upscale our results just yet until we're happy with it. So let's start with our regular workflow. See what we get. You just take the image out and replace it. What? Yeah, yeah. Once it's actually all set up, it really is that easy. You just plug in different images, and it's not like you're gonna get a perfect result every time. You still have to play with a lot of the settings each time to really dial in the details and the final result. But yeah. Oh, Derek, yeah, or is it Derek? Derelict? Something like that? I don't know. Derelict. So what we're doing here in a moment is we're basically doing A plus B equals C. It's like this picture plus this video will equal our result, which, oh my god, is absolutely insane. That's crazy. So there's definitely some room for improvement here. We're going to need to bring down the control net quite a bit. Yes, sir. It's prompted as well in oil rig out at sea. Beautiful sunset. And let's bring down the control net strength down to like 0.3 maybe. This way it'll just be like gently rocking on the ocean if all goes well. So it'll use like the general motion of this to inform the like motion of the video, but it's not gonna look this intense, hopefully. Let's see what we get in a moment here. Oh, neglectful of one's duties. Correct. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to put some time on this program for sure. I would highly recommend it if you have a creative itch to scratch and you want to get comfortable with some cutting edge tools. This is definitely a great place to start. It is such a powerful program. Okay. Well, we're getting somewhere here. This is pretty cool looking. It's I want it to be a little more flowy. Let's bump it up from 0.3 to 0.5 now, because now it's a little too stationary. I want it to be like actually rocking on the ocean, which probably would not be a good thing, but for artistic reasons it would be pretty cool. So let's see if we can achieve that. Let's also change up the music, if it's all the same to you. Okay. Well, it's pretty. Let's try just a little stronger on the control net without overpowering it, hopefully. Where do you live? I'm in Canada. I'm in California. I'm on the West Coast, US of A. What program do I use? I use Comfy UI. It's written right at the top of the screen. It's called Comfy UI. How's a relative newbie balance not getting super overwhelmed? That's a really good question. And honestly, like, I struggled with that as well when I started off with this. I even still do sometimes, but I guess the best answer I could give would be to start really slow with really achievable goals in the beginning. Maybe just knock out a few like tutorial vids on YouTube that remain within your comfort level, like kind of just installing things, the basics of Comfy UI, and then getting really good at that for a few weeks, and then advancing to whatever's next, like basic prompting or something. I don't know like what the progression would be, but just like really piecemeal it. Just you know, don't jump like way into the deep end unless you're that type that just loves getting your hands dirty right away. But this is so cool, actually. The more I look at this, the more I really like it. So let's upscale it. Let's go ahead and play with the upscale. And weed, yeah. Yeah, weed will help definitely put you in a mode where you're receptive to information. Sometimes. Depending on the strain, depending on the... I don't know. It's a little more complex than that. You should post that rig on the Instagram. Yeah, I should. I should definitely do something with this. This is really pretty. I love the rainbow sky effect going on. This will be fun to see once it's upscaled, which hopefully won't take any more than 2 or 3 minutes. It'll be worth it though, because it's going to look as high res as this, which is pretty cool. This one's pretty funny to look at, though. It would be a sick wallpaper phone, for sure. I wish iPhones would, like, allow you to do moving wallpapers. I know Android does stuff like that. Maybe that's one of the many reasons I should switch to Android, but at the moment, I'm pretty content with iPhone. I've gone back and forth over the years. Android, Apple, but these days, I don't want to learn a new thing. Oh boy, we got another please reply. Bro, reply, bro. That's great, yes. Hello to India. Please do not spam my chat. Okay, let's see. We have about 2 minutes left on our upscale. Look, I love squirrels and eating crayons. Great comment. Your stuff's amazing. I'm a graphic artist. Nothing close to you. I didn't want to learn InDesign equipment. Oh, yeah, no. InDesign is kind of intimidating. I'm not a huge fan of InDesign. I think I had to use InDesign back at a job I had at an ad agency years ago. Was not my cup of tea. But yeah, I hear you. It can be so easy to like feel overwhelmed learning new tools as a graphic artist, or really as anybody. But like in the world of graphic design and just digital art in general, things are moving so quickly all the time, and there's so many different tools to do so many different things. It's so deeply overwhelming if you let it be overwhelming. Insofar as we let things be overwhelming, I guess it doesn't really work that way. But it's such a fun feeling, though, when you've really stuck with something and you surprise yourself at your own ability to learn something and to pick it up. Because I am personally very surprised at how well I understand this program now, the one that you're looking at, because I never thought I would be able to build this entire thing from scratch. For the longest time, I was relying on just like downloading other people's workflows that were generous enough to share them online. And yeah, but now I'm finally at a place where I can build something like this from scratch, and it feels really, really good. This is beautiful. Look at this, you guys. That's so pretty. Hell yeah. Let's hope the higher frame rate version is even prettier. What are your thoughts on IA in graphic design? Oh, like my thoughts on like AI and its role in graphic design and how it's going to fundamentally alter the graphic design landscape, and already has. It's definitely disruptive. It's a very disruptive technology, but it's one that I'm really trying to get out in front of so that it doesn't fully replace me, you know? Because like I am a trained graphic designer. It's what my career has been for the last decade and a half, and here I am the last couple years just witnessing an entire industry just get leveled by this new technology, and it's pretty scary, but there's also an exciting element to it if you choose to look at it that way, because it makes so many things more accessible and easier to do than ever before. Like logo design and stuff is just such a breeze now. So it depends on your perspective. This is really cool looking. Look at this, you guys. That's so pretty. FN Ed, thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. This is a really sick one. I like this a lot. I could look at this one all day. Yeah, Lance, no problem. No problem at all. Thanks for the suggestion. It's really cool to look at. It's like a time lapse. It's like a time lapse of it being constructed. It's very cool. The colors are mesmerizing. I'll probably upscale this even more after the stream, and possibly even post it. I just really like the colors. How do you do it, man? Just a lot of obsession, I guess. I found a way to become obsessed with this, and so I taught myself how to do it earlier this year, and now I do it like every day, a lot. How? By learning, by searching how to install Comfy UI, how to make things with Comfy UI. There's a really good channel on YouTube, though. I will take the time to refer you guys to, called Pers Beats, at Pers Beats. And this dude's a really solid educator. Does a lot of live streams on Comfy UI, kind of similar to myself. And I learned a lot of what I know now from this dude. He crushes it. He's so knowledgeable at Comfy, explains things really well and articulate, and just easy to follow, in my opinion, at least. And just a great educator. So I would recommend jumping into this guy's channel. You do a Beetlejuice one. Ooh. Oh, it's your birthday in 1 minute. Happy early birthday. Yeah, I can do a Beetlejuice one, I think. Absolutely. Let's see where we're at time-wise. Yeah, so the Beetlejuice one will probably be my final output for the night. But yeah, let me actually save this. Oil rig. And let's do like a Beetlejuice thing. But let's do like maybe an abstract sort of Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Oh, this is kind of cool. I like that. Let's go with that. And if you're wondering what I'm using from like this image database, I'm using Midjourney, just to quickly find and source like image references for my work. I'm not planning on like posting these anywhere right now at the moment. It's just for like the purpose of streaming, so that's why I'm not overly concerned. Otherwise, I would be making my own images to plug into Comfy. But for now, this will do. So let's plug this in right there. That's a really cool, not quite Michael Keaton, but it's a cool interpretation of the character. So let's do Beetlejuice. Creepy. Let's give it a go. Cue prompt. See what we get. Oh, I was gonna do like a dripping honey thing, wasn't I? Forgot about that. Well, maybe next time. Let's see what we get with this, though. Now, I could, in theory, take Michael Keaton's face and put it into these results. That would be a few extra hoops to jump through, which I'm not motivated enough to do on stream at the moment. But hopefully this will still... I mean, let's be honest, that's definitely not Beetlejuice, but it's kind of cool looking. Like, obviously it's not the same thing, but maybe we could do something about that. What if I actually describe Beetlejuice with Midjourney? Let me try that real quick. So we'll open up Midjourney real quick. We'll do its describe feature. Describe. And we'll offer Comfy UI that added support by giving it a text prompt of what we're aiming to achieve. It'll definitely help the output. Alright, Beetlejuice, Tim Burton style movie features character, etc., etc. Let's try this. Let's plug that prompt into here. Now let's see what we get. Also, we might want to increase the strength of our IP adapter, which in doing so will emphasize our image even further. But first, let's see what we get by typing that prompt in. You gave me a thinker, indeed, you did. I like it. Let's see what we get. It looks like it's going to give us like more or less the same result, which is okay. So we're going to bump the weight up to 1.5. Yeah, we just got like the same thing. Okay, so let's do 1.5, see if we get better results. I find it hard to achieve sometimes like specific characters or specific celebrities or people. You use a MacBook Pro. No, I'm on a Windows machine. Yeah, I'm running off like 64 gigs of memory, NVIDIA 4090, and a Core i9 processor. Intel Core i9. What do you mean by bumping the weight? Great question. So, the weight of the IP adapter, it's normally kind of hovering around 1.0 by default, but by nudging that up to like 1.5 or even 2.0 in some cases, it will allow the IP adapter, it'll allow your program to add more emphasis to this image, so it will take more of the detail into account. So like if, for example, it didn't give it like a black and white striped vest appearance, hopefully in this case it would. And now it doesn't look like that's the case, but in theory that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, this doesn't look like it at all. Now there's probably a motion a LoRa that we could, you know what? There's probably a Beetlejuice LoRa. Beetlejuice LoRa. That would be sick. Civitai. Okay, there's a Flux LoRa. Yeah, no, this is gonna take a little too long, I think. What about a ghost face or anything Halloween? That I can do. I can definitely do creepy aesthetics. I can do like a ghost or a zombie or something. I have plenty of referential material for that. Let's just do this for now. Actually, how about... I have so many to choose from. That's pretty cool. Let's play with that. Do you ever trip yourself out sitting there for so long? Yes. Image is still from a movie featuring character with subject's person. Oh, you're giving me like an example prompt for it? Maybe I'll try that in a second. Thank you for that. What are we listening to? It's a playlist I made of just like miscellaneous like prog rock, psychedelic rock type of tunes I made with Suno AI, which is an AI music generator. This is kind of interesting, I guess. Not terrible. Not great, not terrible. Let's play with a better image than that. Let's go with an old favorite. Yes, I like this one very much. We'll go with him. And we're going to... What are we going to do? Let's change the model. Okay. Yes, thank you. Let me try and plug in that the prompt that you've given me. Thank you. Character with distinctive, exaggerated appearance. I'll try that just right after this. Zombie. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, my pleasure. Lance, that's exactly right. Yeah, to mash two or more images together, you would just add an additional IP adapter node. So like this right here. So instead of this one three-way cluster here, you would do a second one like that, and you would place it like right there in theory. But for now, I'm just going to stick with one. Ooh, this is pretty cool. I like that. Alright, let's try the Beetlejuice prompt, shall we? Let's also try, as that's rendering, let's search for a different image. Maybe something that's even better. How about just actual Beetlejuice? Forget Midjourney. Let's go straight to the source. This is a great picture. Hey, nice to meet you. It's me, Beetlejuice. Let's go with that. Old man Keaton. Use your powers for good and not evil, please. I don't think I'm using them for evil. Let's actually crop this a little bit so that it's like just his face in a sense. And we're going to use that in a moment. Okay, so this is what we get with your new updated prompt, courtesy of G. Boy. Thank you again. But we want to use a different image. We want to use this one. So we'll copy that, paste it in. And what are we going to do? We'll do male character because it is a male. Person with pale, dark sunken eyes, heavy black makeup, wispy green hair, black and white, striped suit. Let's see where that gets us. Let's see where that gets us. Yeah, it does look more Joker-like. Kinda, sorta. Ooh, I think this might be kind of good. I saw a podcast where they talked about how CGEBT has a system where it snaps and it says it's interesting. What is CGEBT, though? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, ChatGPT. Yeah, no, ChatGPT does some really, like, strange stuff sometimes that veers into the realm of creepy. This is kind of cool, actually. This is like attractive Beetlejuice. It's kind of interesting, actually. It's a blend of like Joker and Beetlejuice. It's got kind of like Joker makeup going on. I don't know. Bruh, I just traumatized. I'm very sorry. This is actually kind of nice, though. This is more Beetlejuice-esque than what we had previously. Still not fully there, but in the ballpark. I want to put Michael Keaton's face on it, but it's kind of outside of the scope of our stream today. Gassed up Beetlejuice, yes. I'm going to try upscaling it. Just because why not? This is creepy right here. I like this a lot. Okay, so yeah. This will take a few minutes here. Just going to upscale our Beetlejuice-esque bloke. Please post the rig to Instagram. Yeah, for sure, Lance. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will definitely post it. And if you'd like, I can tag you on it too, but if not, I respect your privacy. But let me know. I'll tag you on it if you want. Give you the credit where credit is due. Song is sick. You want yours to be posted too? Possibly. Let's see how it turns out. The gassed beetle. It's so good. It's so silly. Hello, Vikrant Sharma. How are you? Oh, thank you, Westifer. Alright, we have 2 minutes left for our upscale. I think it's going to be pretty sick, actually. You want to tag me in? I appreciate it. Nice, for sure. I'll tag you on it, Lance. Yeah, have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping in. About 1 minute and 15 seconds remain for our upscale. I am from the United States of America, my friend. Where are you from? Oh, I think you already said India. So pretty. Like, Comfy UI, Stable Diffusion, they really excel at, like, natural phenomena, like clouds, water, nature in general. Just like the waves crashing up against the shore and stuff, it's really quite remarkable. Alright, 30 seconds left for this upscale. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, that sounds like a great use case for ChatGPT. Describe the attached image, granular level. Yeah. And the code block thing is important because you can just like copy and paste it directly. Yeah, I think I have a GPT that specializes in just crafting Midjourney prompts for me, like 5 at a time. It doesn't like take image inputs necessarily, although you can. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is actually really cool. This looks great. I like that a lot. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. What's the current song? The current song, it's part of a playlist that I made back when I was like putting together just like a playlist of tunes. I used Suno AI to create like some psychedelic prog rock type of beats to just throw into like a playlist that I could run on loop during stream. Something that wouldn't get me copyright struck. Maybe some crazy flashing in the back of the image. That would be interesting, right? Can't really add it after the fact. I can re-roll the prompt and tweak it a little bit, but this is actually really cool. So I'm just interpolating it right now just to bump it up to 60 frames, like you see here. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Then I got to close out the stream. I love my custom GPTs, biofunctions. Custom instructions are... Oh, do we not get to use custom instructions in custom GPTs? I guess that's true, isn't it? I forgot about that. Big fan, bro. I'd love to see we do horror. Oh yeah, for sure. Demons and stuff. Well, I'll definitely be doing a lot more of that as we get closer to Halloween. Nice, look at that. That's really cool. It's just like kind of chugging along though. Alright guys. Oh hey Stars, how's it going? Yes, welcome to the kind of behind the scenes sort of walkthrough. Tag me in that. Yes. If I end up posting this, I will certainly tag you in it. I'll consider posting this. This is actually pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. I love the hair. The hair came out really well. Functions definition? Is that a thing? I didn't even... Is that like a way to speak pseudocode to ChatGPT? And I haven't heard that function command. That's interesting. Alrighty, folks. Let's save this for later. Beetlejuice. Just in case I want to play with it. Save that workflow there. And I think we're good, folks. We're going to park it here. But I have enjoyed having you, as always. And I'll catch you next time. Approximately how long did it take you to get to this point from the start? Real quick, I'll answer that question. I started really taking it seriously back in February of this year. And ever since then, just basically used it on a daily basis, almost daily. Just kind of moving at my own pace, picking out different tutorials and videos on YouTube and trying to set reasonable goals each time, like how to install a certain model, how to like prompt your very first image. And I would get really good at like one thing and then just advance to the next a few weeks later. And I would just really pace myself because honestly, this is a pretty overwhelming program and it's very easy to feel overwhelmed in the beginning. If I say remember TTI function, oh yeah, no, I've actually used custom instructions for that kind of thing as well. Like where you can just do like an abbreviation and it will remember that as a trigger for another kind of command. Yeah, I've definitely used it for that. All right, folks, I'll catch you later. Take it easy. Love you.